offer. Our great friend, best-selling author Stacy Hawkins Adams is here to share more. Happy Monday, Stacy.
Happy Monday.
This is such an appropriate topic to talk about because we just sprang forward. We are coming into a new season, and yeah, we should own it.
We should own it. We should not shrink. And what does that look like? If we think about spring, of course, you think about the flowers budding. They've got to push through that soil. They've got to do a little bit of straining. What if we say that to ourselves about our goals? What if we learn how to lean in, lead from where we are, and also let life happen as it should so we can learn from it? So those are the 3 L's.
Yeah.
You can even maybe mix the order up. Lean in, which is that, stepping into some territory that may be a little bit uncomfortable. That's a little bit unknown. I know I'm safe over here. I know I've got this covered. But if I try something new, if I take a risk, how does that feel? What does that feel like? So that's the leaning in. And then maybe switch it and tell yourself, what can I learn from this season? Even if I don't succeed fully, what can I learn? And then how do you lead from where you are? Because wherever you are, there's an opportunity to pour in, to operate with excellence, and to bring your best self.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just started, I was thinking of you because I've kicked into more of my health journey, right? And started a Pilates class. And during it, oh my goodness, that pushing through is so important. You have got to keep trying, but man, it is uncomfortable. Now, I hope that the way I feel now, it means something happened that's good.
Yeah.
But you're right, it takes a minute sometimes to break through, and that's where we're growing. That's when the growth really happens.
Right. And then to go back to that class, because you could have done it once and been like, that was it, one and done. But to go back, and you know that you're going to see those results in summer when you're ready to
eventually.
Yeah. Ready to show those abs, but you got to keep leaning in to get that reward.
And it really is a mind over matter thing too, because you know what, you can psych yourself up, you can have those conversations with yourself, and anything is possible. Anything can happen if you just put your mind to it.
Right. And then learning from it is not always getting it right, and being able to own that. Maybe even in a professional situation, maybe you tried something, or maybe you didn't push as hard, and you say, you know what, I want to own that and show up. I'm going to show up better than I did before. Or in a personal situation, maybe I own that. What do I learn? What do I see about myself in that situation? Where maybe I could grow, personally, and even share that with the person that I'm interacting with, and then see if there's some mutual growth. So in every area of your life, there's an opportunity to sit where you are, take a deep breath, look at yourself, reflect, and then learn from that.
Yeah.
It made me think, as you were talking about learning in it and learning from it. Learning in the midst of the struggle that has to happen in order for you to grow. And then when you've gotten to the other side of it, what did you truly gain? Taking inventory of those things is important.
Right. And that's the pushing through. That's the not shrinking. That's the not giving up, because a lot of times you don't have that perspective until you get to the other side. So sometimes it's just that pushing through, that leaning in, deciding, even though it's tough, I'm going to go ahead and get to this other side. And then you look back and you have that perspective of, wow, I'm so glad I stuck it out. I'm so glad that I didn't give up. I'm so glad that I gave this another try, because I see the benefits of it.
And this occurred to me too, that what a great example you are to others around you. When they see you going through this process, then it motivates them to do the same thing, and then they see what's possible.
Right, and that's the leading from where you are, because again, everybody doesn't have to have a big professional title. Whatever your title is, how do you lean into that role with excellence? How do you show up every day leaving people better than you found them wherever you are? Because you can be a person of influence regardless of the title, regardless of the station of life, regardless of age. So how do we lean into that and lead from where we are?
Yeah.
And making sure that you're sharing your journey is important. Sometimes we struggle through things alone, and then you tell the story once you've arrived, but it's important to talk about it within, and then sharing, hey, here's how I did it.
Absolutely.
Here's a piece that you can take when you're ready to get started.
Absolutely. Years ago, I was speaking to a class at Virginia State University, and the teacher read my bio, all these things I was doing with the newspaper. I was a newspaper reporter for many years, and all these things I had done. And one student raised his hand and said, "That's great, but tell me something you didn't do right." And that's a lesson I've always taken with me, because then I kind of said, well, let me tell you about the time I wrote a whole story and it disappeared and I had to start over. Or let me tell you about the time this didn't go right when I was a student. And he needed that motivation to know from wherever he was sitting, whatever his experience was, how do I get to where she is? Learning about the successes didn't teach him that. Sharing him the challenges along the way taught him that.
And really, it's not a mistake. It's just, as Bob Ross, the artist, used to say, it's a happy accident, right?
Yes.
And because you can, that's where a lot of your growth comes from when it didn't go as planned or as hoped.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And when we think about not shrinking, we were just talking about some women who, in this Women's History Month, have kind of changed their game from their careers into their passions that ended up becoming a second career. And that's one of the things to know is we have these skills, these strengths that we don't always lean into. But when we do, it's a great opportunity to keep going, keep flourishing, and don't be afraid of that skill you have.
Absolutely. Have the audacity to lean into who you really want to be.
The audacity to lean in, to learn, and to lead.
Absolutely.
I love it. The 3 L's, they will stick with us on this Motivational Monday and throughout the week. Thank you, Stacy.
Stacy offers weekly Motivational Monday emails newsletters by email. There you go. If you're interested in subscribing, you can visit stacyhawkinsadams.com.